Hello, is this Warren Buffett? Oh, hey Buffett, how's it going? I was just wondering, what are your biggest positions coming up onto 2019? Oh, you can just look at it all online? Oh, easy as. Alright, Buffett. Okay, I'll catch you later. Alright guys, how you going? I hope you're well. So in this video we're going to talk about Warren Buffett's 10 largest positions coming up until 2019. Look at how he's prepared his portfolio. Look at his biggest stock positions. I don't know, maybe learn something from the greatest investor of all time and how he's prepared for the year ahead. Oh, and obviously these 10 stocks are the biggest positions of Berkshire Hathaway, which is the firm run by Warren Buffett. Don't forget to subscribe to Cooper Academy and drop a like. Do it for Buffett.
Making up just over 25% of Buffett's portfolio is Apple. Buffett has bought a lot of Apple stock over the past couple of years, and 2018 is no different. He's been accumulating Apple stock. And I'm guessing you guys all know what Apple is. They're the company that predominantly sells iPhones, but obviously they have a range of products, including the iPad, the MacBook, the Apple Watch, and their services segments. Apple, over the past year, have done pretty poorly, I'm not gonna lie. They had such a good start to the year, peaking at a price of almost $230, where they were the first company to achieve a $1 trillion market cap. But since that peak, it's just gone straight downhill. You know, Tim Cook announced he would no longer be showing Apple's iPhone sales, and investors panic since that is Apple's main source of revenue. And right now, the price is sitting at $146. Looking at the fundamentals of the business, they are pretty good, to be honest. The main thing that sticks out with Apple stock is their PE ratio, which is 12.33, very low. I mean, comparing it to the market, it is well below, considering that the market's PE is 18.5. Make sure to remember that figure, guys, 18.5, so we can compare Buffett's other stocks to the market. So yes, Apple, they were worth $1 trillion, but the glory days are now over. They're now worth around $700 billion today. The dividend, it's actually not too bad for today's market. It is it's 1.86%.
But obviously guys, the main thing with Apple is the iPhone sales. Can they continue to grow the iPhone sales as they have done over the past 8 years, or at least sustain that figure? And when Buffett has talked about why he has bought Apple, he has pretty much referred to two things. One of them is price, and the other is the moat of the business. So with regards to the moat, Apple has two big ones. One is the brand name, and the other is the ecosystem. Buffett has said, once you are fully invested in the app ecosystem, and you have got your thousands of photographs up in the cloud, and you are used to the keystrokes and the functionality, and where everything is, you become a sticky customer, a customer that wants and needs to stay with Apple.
The second largest bank in America, and Warren Buffett's second largest publicly traded position at Berkshire Hathaway. Bank of America constitutes 11.69% of Warren Buffett's portfolio, and Warren Buffett bought 198 million shares of Bank of America just in the third quarter of 2018. In fact, as you're about to find out, he added a ton of bank stocks in general to his portfolio in 2018, and they now make up a significant portion of Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio. Bank of America had a pretty poor 2018, where the price dropped around 20%. At the moment, they sell for $23. The PE ratio is low at 11.15, and they pay a nice dividend at 2.5%. Now, this is pretty interesting, guys. In October 2017, Buffett told CNBC that he would own Bank of America stock for a long time. He said Bank of America has done a sensational job under the CEO, Brian Moynihan, and it's just clear to see that Buffett likes this company. Again, another bank stock, and because I don't want this video to be a snooze fest, I'm not going to go too in depth into Warren Buffett's bank stocks, but at the end of the video, I'll show you the overall pattern with bank stocks and why Buffett seems to be buying them. They've been some of his biggest purchases in 2018. Now, the noticeable thing about Wells Fargo is that they have a lower PE ratio than Bank of America, and they pay a well higher dividend with a yield of 3.7%. So you guys all know the drink Coke, but Coca-Cola, the company, own more than just the brand Coke. They own 20 brands worth over $1 billion each. Fanta, Sprite, Simply Orange, Schweppes. I mean, all of these brands in the picture are worth over $1 billion. And obviously they own a lot more brands than that. So when you think about the company Coke, think about Coke's overall portfolio of brands, not just the one drink. So Coke is Buffett's fourth largest position at Berkshire Hathaway, sitting at 8.35% of their publicly traded portfolio. Buffett has actually owned Coke for more than 25 years, and he has said that he will never sell a share of Coke stock. It's just that beautiful business model that Coke have that is so sheltered from change. People are still gonna, drink Coke and fizzy drinks no matter how far the world goes with technology. It's just a staple drink in the Western world, a great business model, and Buffett has known this for a long time. So Coke is currently selling for a price of $47.50. That PE ratio, it's not exactly right, it's due to an irregularity, but their forward PE is 21.43. Coke pays a dividend yield of 3.28%, and it's had a bit of an up and down year, but overall Coke is positive for the year.
So yeah, Coke, it's a dividend aristocrat. It's an amazing company with amazing results for the years that it has been around. For me, the main question remains, is the price tag cheap enough at the current date? Buffett, he bought Coke stock ages ago, 25 years ago, and he's pretty much just held onto that position until today. But the question then becomes, is Coke a buy today? And we'll answer that in another video though.
I bet you haven't looked at this stock in a while. Buffett owns 325.6 million shares of Kraft Heinz Company, or 26.7% of the entire company. Amazon, Netflix, Nvidia, they've all had a tremendous run over the past 5 or so years, but this stock has been an absolute turmoil, to be honest. Kraft merged with Heinz in 2015, and although they had a good start, overall they are down big time, over 40%. Now, where are my manners? I should probably quickly get into what the company does. So Kraft Heinz is an American food company, and it is the third largest food and beverage company in North America, and the fifth largest in the entire world. They own a ton of brands, and here is a wee picture of all the brands that they own. Feel free to pause the video if you want to go over all of them. Now, let's just revert to the numbers of this company. So they have a very low PE ratio of only 5. This is due to an irregularity. In this case, it will be more appropriate to look at the forward PE, which is 11.4. That is still very low compared to the market. Another thing that might stand out with this company is that dividend, a yield of 5.57%, very high in this current market.
For me, I'm very interested in this stock. I haven't really paid any attention to Kraft Heinz until this video, really. There's a couple of main reasons why I'm going to look a lot further into Kraft Heinz after this video. One is because Buffett owns the stock. That's a great reason to, at least start looking at a stock. 2 is because of that healthy dividend. What is it? 5.57%. And 3, because it's a consumer staple stock. Food and drinks, they're both staples. They are both things that are needed no matter where we are in the market cycle. Even in a recession, food and drink are still a must. And this is why we see consumer staple stocks do so well in tougher times, in tougher market conditions, which we are sort of getting to. Now, the rest of the 5 largest positions that Buffett owns is all bank or financial sector stocks. A little bit boring, not going to lie. So what I'm about to do next, some of you might appreciate, some of you might not like, but we're just going to skim through the stock picks. We're not going to go into too much detail with these bank and financial sector stocks.
In saying that, let's quickly show you the 5 bank/financial stocks that Buffett does own, and then I'll quickly go over why he owns them and why he has bought so much into bank stocks in 2018 and probably will continue to do so in 2019. Play the music, let's go over the quick list. Coming in at number 6, we have American Express, occupying 7.3% of Berkshire Hathaway's publicly traded portfolio. American Express is a financial services company. Numero 7, we have US Bancorp, ticker symbol USB at 2.98% of the portfolio. 8, we've got Moody's Corp at 1.86% of the portfolio, ticker symbol MCO. Moody's is a financial services company. 9, we have Goldman Sachs, also at 1.86% of the portfolio. Goldman Sachs obviously is a bank. And 10, we have JP Morgan at 1.82% of the portfolio. JP Morgan, again, is obviously a bank. So those are Buffett's 10 stocks that he owns, his 10 largest positions leading into 2019. Now the question then becomes, why does Buffett own so many bank and financial services stocks coming into 2019, and why has he bought so many bank stocks as of late? Let's take a quick look at Goldman Sachs, which has had the largest percentage increase in buys from Berkshire Hathaway. So what you'll notice about Goldman Sachs' price over the past year is that it is down quite big. It's around a 40% decrease in price. However, if you look at their fundamentals, you can see that they have been improving. Gross profits in 2017 was $28 billion. Now, in 2018, we're almost up to that number already, and we still have a quarter of the results yet to be released. See, if you add up these 3 quarters, you're almost at $25 billion with another quarter to go. If we look at the balance sheet, that has also been improving. 2017, net tangible assets $66 billion, and 2018, that number is at $71 billion.
So you've got a price that is decreasing, yet you've got fundamentals that is increasing. And I'm sure Buffett has looked at this and seen the exact same pattern that we see here, and I'm sure it is one of the reasons why Buffett has been accumulating so much bank stocks. So those are the 10 biggest positions of Warren Buffett's firm, Berkshire Hathaway. Maybe you guys could learn from some of these positions, play a more defensive game, buy some stocks that are similar to what Warren Buffett owns coming up into 2019. Certainly with the Investing Academy, we'll be looking at some of the stocks that Warren Buffett has been buying. So if you want, you can join the membership group, which is called the Investing Academy, where we look at the stocks that I will be buying for my model portfolio. But that's it for another video. Can we reach 100 likes with this video? It's gonna be touch and go. But guys, I'll catch you all in the next video. Good morning, and if I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.